or you should. Top left, the top numerator. What can you factor out? You could factor out 5z, and you end up with 2z minus what? 1. And what can you factor out of the bottom? 3z squared, and you end up with z minus what? Z minus 2, I think, right? Z minus 2. And we can flip the other one and factor. So what does the top here factor into? Anybody get it? It's you know it's going to be 2z and z. 2z minus 1 and z, what, plus 3? Yep, that's correct. And what does the bottom one here factor into? Z plus 3 and z minus 2. Now you look to see if there's anything that what's your goal now? Is there anything that cancels? Well, this cancels right there, right? Yep. That cancels right there. That cancels right there. One of the z's cancels. And what are you left with? 5 over 3z. And you are done. What's the first thing you should do? What do you think you should do first? You could find LCD, but to find an LCD, what do you think a great thing to do first would be? Factor, yeah. So you have 6 over t plus 1 plus 4 over 5 times t plus 1 equals 34 over 5 times 3, if you wanted just to factor it out completely. It's just easier to see the LCD that way. What is the LCD going to be? 5 times t plus 1 times 3. You have to have the 3 in there as well, because you see how there's a 3 in that? It's 15 t plus 1. So what do you do once you have that LCD? Multiply everything by it. And if you multiply everything by it, what happens to all the denominators? They go away. So you end up with 6 times what? 6 times 5 times 3 plus 4 times 3 equals 34 times t plus 1. So 30 times 3 is 90 plus 12 is equal to 34t plus 34. So you have 102 is equal to 34t plus 34. Subtract 34, what do you get? 68 is equal to 34t. So what does t equal? 2. What's a great thing to do at the end of this if you have time? Check. You plug it in. You see you plug 2 into the top equation right here. Sorry, that moved. You plug 2 into that top equation right here, and if it's correct, it'll make the statement true. It'll make the statement true. It's one thing. It has to be a line. What's the second thing? Straight. Well, all lines are straight through the origin. So what does a direct variation look like? If you have a graph of one, it looks like it's a line of some slope, right? Can it be a negative slope? Sure, but it has to go through the origin. What about inverse variation? Is it a line? No. So inverse variation, it's not a line. So this is y equals kx. Sorry, I got to draw that right. Y equals kx, and y equals what? What's the equation here? K over x, right. What does this look like? Did anybody graph what one of these looks like? There's only 2 ways it looks. It looks like this. Looks like this. It's a curved thing like this. Oh, yes. You've seen those before? What's the other way it could look? It could either be like that purple, or it could look like this. Oh, or the opposite of it, like that. One or the other, the purple or the green. So, belief in Santa Claus, which one is it going to look like?
The one up the top right.
No.
Wow.
That is literally what we just said it wasn't. Which one is it? Oh, top right, you mean the top right of the board or the top right of inverse variation? Yes, I'm sorry. I thought you meant top right of the board.
That's why I was like, didn't we just
No, I understand, but I said which one is it? You said top right, so I thought you meant top right of the board. My mistake. No, don't. You shouldn't apologize. I'm just saying I thought you meant the top right. But you're right. Absolutely, it's this one. As you get older, right? What happens to your belief in Santa Claus? It gradually goes down. It gradually goes down. Nope. So k equals what?
100.
100. So what's the formula if k equals 100? C equals 100 over r. R. There are 2 variables, are c and r. We just found k. K stays the same. It now says, for 48, find the current when the resistance is 7.5. Find the current when the resistance is 7.5. So C equals 7.5. Yes. And then if you had a calculator, could you do that out? Sure. I'm not expecting you to do that out by hand. So yes, that would be your answer right there. So when you're doing this, find k. You have it. But the first thing you need to remember is inverse is always y equals k over x. And in this case, we're calling it c and r instead of y and x.